Well, my friends, the housing market is slowing down, and we all knew this was going to happen. But I actually wanted to go see how bad it was. Like, how bad was the market? So, I actually have a listing over here on the West Valley in Tolleson, and I did a open house on this listing of mine, and I wanted to see like how bad was the market slowing down. Now this is a beautiful house built in 2019. It is a 3-bedroom 2-bath with a loft and a flex room downstairs, as you can see through the pictures. And just wanted to show you this listing that we had over here in Tolleson, Arizona. And yeah, you might be saying, well, it's Tolleson, Victor, it's on the West Valley, you're not gonna get a lot of traffic there. But look at the price. It is $425,000, which is a great price for home buyers. Now, with that being said, is I was just thinking like, how slow is the real estate market? So when we listed this property, I actually listed it a week in advance to see what kind of traffic I was going to get, emails, calls, to see if somebody was submitting offers, sight unseen, because that's usually what investors do. And then I did an open house. The first weekend it went live on a Saturday, and we only had one person show up. What does that tell you? One person show up for the open house on a Saturday for 4 hours. Now, I usually don't do open houses on my listings because they sell pretty quick, but because the rates have gone up, and I wanted to see what was happening here in the real estate market. So with boots on the ground, I knew the market was going to slow down. I just didn't know it was slowing down this fast. Now, on that listing right there, we were able to get under contract on the weekend, right? We had offers on the weekend, but we didn't have the 10, 15, 20, 25 offers like we used to when interest rates were low. We had a total of 5 offers. 2 of them were investors. 3 were actually real people, real family trying to purchase their house. So what that told me is that the market is softening very, very quickly here, and it's because of interest rates. I want to show you some charts here and get into some details on how I see the market going. Where do we see the Phoenix real estate market going, the housing market in Arizona. So let's go ahead and just take a look at some charts here. I want to show you some houses that are available and the price range that looks like basically when I go hunting, you shoot a shotgun, bunch of pellets go out. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so right here on the map, this is actually the MLS system that we use to actually search for properties when you're thinking about buying here in Phoenix, Arizona. So you can see here is we have actually 7,047 homes available. Okay, total. Okay, square footage, price range, no filters, etc. But what I wanted to show you is once we break down and we go to single family, okay, and I usually use a 3-bedroom 2-bath with 1,500 square feet for a typical family to live in. We only have 4,449 homes available. So we still have a very low inventory right now, actually here in Phoenix, Arizona, even though we're seeing more increased listings, okay, homes for sale, which are not investors. They're not the Zillow, they're not the Open Door, they're not the Redfin, they're not the total investors inventory that you would say is. They are actually typical sellers that are looking to sell and get out of the market. And one of the reasons why they're looking to sell and get out of the market is for this reason right here, is they see the opportunity to collect the cash. Okay, let me get all my money out, because we're thinking that maybe we had reached a peak. As more inventory comes and demand goes down and interest rates are higher, there's not a lot of buyers there. So that's going to push prices probably balanced or rising very, very slowly, but we're not going to get that crazy appreciation that we used to back in the day. But what I wanted to show you guys here is, even if we have all these listings, is what I like to do is break it down and show you the sweet spot in the price range is from 0 to, let's say 400. I'm gonna go 400,000 because that's like the sweet spot. Is we only have 267 homes. You can see that from the map right here is 267 homes on the market from 0 to 400,000. Now the sweet spot is 400,000 to 600,000. And once again, this is the sweet spot where the shotgun blast is all over the place. So if you're looking to buy a house in Phoenix, Arizona, our housing market is still really, really strong, and prices are going to increase very, very, not as fast as it used to. And that's just because of labor costs, material costs, etc. But in order to get us into a balanced market, we have to be at 30,000 listings. I mean, we're barely at like 5,000. So if you're looking for a house, the sweet spot is still between 400 to 600,000 folks. And then obviously you get into the luxury market. We're going to say, let's just say 800,000 to 1 million is the luxury market right now. And you can see there that there is 491 homes in the luxury market as well. So those are like the two sweet spots for you guys here in Phoenix, Arizona, as far as the housing market. Now, as we know, as interest rates have gone up, and I kind of wanted to show you what mortgage rates were back in the day. They were very, very low. Like if you would have bought a house back say last year or the year before, you probably would have been sitting at 2.5 to 3% as a mortgage rate. But now, using NerdWallet, this is actually NerdWallet, to go to the website here, your 30 fixed interest rate right now, it's at 5.40. Now, of course, it all depending on the credit score, etc. But that's what you're looking as far as interest rates, right? So that's the interest rate from NerdWallet right now. And of course, the higher the interest rate, the higher the payment is going to be on the value of the house. Now, one thing I did wanted to show you guys is the median sales price here in Phoenix, Arizona. I mean, it's still pretty high, but if you look at this chart right here, let me blow this up for you guys real quick. Boom, boom. Okay. See there, that's a lot better. So you can see down here in 2011, okay, you could have bought a house for $110,000. That was the median sales price. So this is the yearly median sales price. Look at from 2011 to 2012, it went up to $142,000. Okay, then it went up to $176,000. Then 192. Now this is the yearly, okay, of equity that people have received on their house. Just think about it. If you bought here in 2011, you're a smart individual, because right now you're sitting at 458,000 right now. So a lot of people who have bought here, I would say in this market right here, are selling to get that equity, that $200,000, go buy it on their house and either move out of the state, or just pocket some cash, use the money for a down payment, pay off some debt, etc. So I wanted to get into I get a lot of questions and comments like, hey man, what's going on with the foreclosures, the trustees of sales over here in Phoenix, Arizona? So this chart right here is, I'm going to show you the foreclosures and trustees of sale. There's really not much. If you look back in 2009, we had 10,558 notice of trustees, meaning that the banks are noticing these sellers that, hey, you're going into foreclosure. Sorry, I had to sneeze there real quick. So back to where we were at, 2019, 10,558. If you look at these notice of trustees, they have just gone down like crazy. So right now, in April of 2022, we only have 337. So if you're thinking that there's a lot of foreclosures here in Phoenix, Arizona, or short sales, that is just not the case. And this is not even going to make a small dent in our housing market here in Phoenix, Arizona. So my thoughts are very clear about the Phoenix housing market. Yes, we are getting a slowdown because of interest rates. Affordability, it's very, very hard to afford a house here in Phoenix, Arizona, if you're not making over six figures here in Arizona right now. And because interest rates have rose, it's making it more difficult for people to qualify because prices are kind of high. Now, this is going to put pressure on prices not to actually rise as fast as they have since the last chart I showed you, with all the equity that people have received here in Phoenix, Arizona. And it's going to push pressure on prices to come down a little bit. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a crash, because we are very low in supply, and we still have high demand here in Phoenix, Arizona. We have a lot of jobs here in Arizona, a lot of people moving here, and we just don't have enough new construction and permits and housing for everybody here in Phoenix, Arizona. Another thing is a lot of the sellers that are putting their house on the market, they're thinking like, hey man, this is the end. This is the top of the price range I'm gonna get. Let me put the house on the market. Let me sell, take all that money in cash, okay? Because inflation is rising. Hold some of the cash, go buy another property, put 20% down, and I still have $250,000 in the bank. Just ride the wave. Now, the more inventory that we have now, the more selection you're going to have as a buyer. And like I said, on my listing in Tolleson I didn't have the 20 offers. I didn't have, to 10 offers. I didn't have all those investor offers. And I went and did an open house, and I wanted to test it out to see what was going on with the housing market. So I sat in my own listing for 4 hours. We only had one person come in. And like I said, we had 2 investor offers and 3 actually families who submitted an offer. And the interest rates on these pre-qualifications, I'm not going to kid you, were above 4.5%. Okay, I think the lowest one we had was 4.85, and then the other ones were in the 5%, the 5.5%, and I had one at 6%. And of course, the investors were all cash. I don't see a major crash happening here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's slowing down. As far as if you're a seller, you're not going to get all those offers. Okay, if you're only getting 1 offer, 2, sometimes we're getting 4, but you're not going to get the 20, the 10, the 15, the 20 offers and have a bidding war and bid it up. As far as interest rates, okay, we have been programmed that interest rates are high. They are not high, folks. We are actually at a normal interest rate market. That interest rates are high. They're not high. These are actually normal interest rates. When we talk about high interest rates, we're talking about the 10, the 18%. Back when your nana and your papa were actually buying houses. Try to get your mindset out of interest rates being high, because they are just normal. Okay, right now, do I still think it's a great time to buy a house? Well, it's all dependent on factors of you and what you want to do, right? Long-term investment. Okay, you're not going to get this high peak of appreciation like you did, like if you bought back in 2011, 2012, 2013. That season is over. That song has ended. It's done. You're going to be looking at long-term right now. Now, as if you're a seller on the fence, well, if you are looking to cash out and make a lot of money before all this inventory comes on hand, well, yeah, it might be a good time. But it's just dependent on your individual goals and targets and what you want to do. That's my prediction on the housing market here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's still going to be strong going into 2022. And 2023, we're going to have to see what the forecast happens here. But as far as new construction, you got to read those contracts, okay? These home builders are being able to increase their price while you're under contract because cost of materials are going up. Lumber, contractors, cement, land, everything is going up. It is increasing those prices. So they put a clause in their contract. It's like almost on the last page at the very bottom. When you get tired of reading, you got to be there. These guys are slick. Okay. So be careful. It says on their contract, they are able to increase their price during your build time. So you got to remember, you got 2 factors now. You got to factor in. It's the build time, how much those builders will increase the price, and how far interest rates will go higher. So you got to really think like, hey, do I really want that new construction, or do I want to lock something in right now in the resale market? That's the housing market update here in Phoenix, Arizona. And we'll see you guys on the next video, guys.
If you have any questions, email me at victor@freeagentproperties.com. Again, that email address is victor@freeagentproperties.com, where we release new videos each week on home buyer tips, home seller tips, the Phoenix housing market updates, so you can be mindful when you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate. We will talk to you soon.